to my garage gym transformation video. Now, if like me, you've watched a lot of videos on YouTube and wondered how much does it really cost to change a regular kind of garage into something that you can be proud of, then stay tuned. I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process, and it's a lot easier than what you might think, and I will run you through the costs of everything that I have spent at the end of the video. Now keep in mind, I already have the equipment, so none of the equipment that you will see in this video was purchased during the transformation. It's just from a decoration point of view, lighting and flooring. And the difference that I've been able to make is, I'm sure you will agree, staggering. So the first step was to get rid of all of the clutter. Like most people, our garage, while I was using it to work out, did become a little bit of a dumping ground. And I'm sure a lot of you have the same problem. So what I was able to do was find somewhere else in the house to move some of the toolboxes and storage boxes that we had in the garage. Everything in here now is 100% fitness based. There's no storage of anything in here now. So if you are able to get everything out of your space, I promise you, you will have a better finish to your gym. Once all of the clutter is out of the way, down to the hard work. Now, I didn't go around the walls and prep them and chisel off little bits of plaster and concrete here and there. It's still a garage at the end of the day. It's not something that is going to kind of be judged in some kind of home and garden magazine. But with it being breeze block, please keep in mind that the blocks are porous and they soak up paint like you could not imagine. They are like sponges. So my theory was to put at least a couple of coats of white emulsion directly onto the breeze blocks before I put on the matte black paint that I had bought. It doesn't really matter. You might as well not bother with the white emulsion. What I'd suggest you do instead is buy a spray gun. They're about £25–30 on Amazon. It'll be ideal for what you need to do in your garage. The reason I say this is because with the breeze block being porous, the paint seeps straight in. When you spray it, you get a much bigger finish, a much better area coverage, and the end result will look so much better. That's what I wish I had done. What I actually did was I put 2 coats of emulsion on the wall. In fairness, I did use a masonry roller, and that was a waste of money as well. And I got them on, I got the 2 coats on, and then I started painting the black, and the first coat of black that I put on just went straight into the breeze block. So 2 more coats later, most of the coverage was done. However, there were some small little speckles that just appeared right the way around the garage. Now, if you could imagine, if you've got like about 10,000 of these little white speckles, you have to go around, if you want a good finish, which is what I did want, you have to go around and you have to dab black paint into all of those speckles. It was unbelievably time consuming. It would have just been so much easier just to have gotten a spray gun and just sprayed the walls. The finish would have been just as good. I've had to work really hard to get the finish that I have got. But that's fine, I don't mind the hard work, but trust me, if you're going to do this, save your money that you're not for the white paint. Don't buy the white emulsion. Just go out and buy a spray gun and do it that way. You will thank me for it, I promise. Now the flooring. The flooring, I got the deal of the decade with the flooring. I bought 6 foot by 4 foot horse stall mats, okay? Now, anybody who's not sure what they are, just quickly, obviously, have a Google of them and you will see what they actually are. There are some, obviously, images in the video, so you will see those too. But they typically sell second-hand on Facebook Marketplace for about £40 to £60 per mat. Keep in mind, they're 6 foot by 4 foot. I got mine for £10 each off Facebook Marketplace. Deal of the decade. Yes, I had to drive 40 miles to pick them up. Yes, I had to load them all into the car one by one, and they are incredibly heavy. And because they're rubber, it flexes and bends. And then I had to drive 40 miles back. and I had to unload them by myself. Worth every penny. 6 mats, 6 foot by 4 foot for £60. If anybody can get a better deal than that, well done to you. And what I would say is go for rubber mats. Do not paint the floor of your garage. You'll probably pay £50 or £60 just for the paint, and then you've got to paint it. Then you've got to wait for it to dry. Then you've got to find somewhere to put all of your equipment while the paint's drying. Or you've got to paint half the garage floor and put the other half of the garage, fill that with your equipment while you're waiting for the other side to dry. It's an absolute pain, trust me. Rubber matting is the way to go. And equally, if you drop one of your weights on the rubber matting in the future, you're not going to chip the concrete. You're not going to then have to fill that concrete in if you ever move house in the future. And I promise you as well, with concrete floors, because I've seen them in the past, once the top layer is broken, underneath you have all the pebbles and the dust, and that just gets kicked up. It's an uneven surface, and you don't want to be lifting weights or working out in an area where you've spent all that time doing the cosmetics with the wall, just to have a great big chunk of concrete missing in your floor. So if you can afford it and it's in your budget, and you're lucky enough to find a gym that was closing down like I did and pick them up for £10 each, always go for the rubber matting. Didn't take me long to install them. The big lumps just dropped into place. I had a little bit of trimming around the edges, which was just a Stanley knife and a long piece of wood to cut and score the rubber with. Put it into place and I was good to go. This is my favourite part of the garage. I had somebody produce this for me in stencil format. It was just printed onto card. I then got a Stanley knife blade and I cut the letters out, creating a stencil. I then fitted the stencil to the wall, just taped it on, bought a cheap can of white spray paint from Halfords, £5, and came back, put a rubber glove on this hand, pressed the stencil to the wall because they do lift a little bit, pressed the stencil to the wall, sprayed over the letters I had cut out, and it left me with that. I'm sure you'll appreciate it. Looks really cool. I'm a big Cameron Haynes fan, and this is one of his sayings, so it's great to have on the wall. Keeps you inspired, keeps me motivated a little bit. I thoroughly recommend you do it. It just sets off the whole place brilliantly. In the garage door, I decided to go with a king-sized flat sheet. Yeah, just basically what you would cover your mattress with on your bed. Obviously I went for black, and the reason I did this was because I just didn't want to paint the garage door. My thinking was it was more cost and it was more time, and if I ever move house and want to sell the house, yeah, I can paint the whole thing and make it look kind of neutral again. I can paint it all black white, but I didn't really want to do that. So I went for the sheet. It looks great. It's actually it gives the room like quite a nice soft feeling. I wanted it all black. The ceiling is white, obviously, but you will not be disappointed, and it will save you time and it will also save you money. Last but not least is the lighting. I decided to go with LED lights, and I put a strip all the way around the top where the ceiling meets the wall, and I put another strip around the perimeter of the floor. It just gives this a really nice warm glow. The set that I picked up was 30 meters and it cost £16. So that came in two 15-meter rolls, perfect for my garage, which is 19 foot by 8 foot. I actually think there was probably more LED lights on the reel than what there should have been, but I'm not complaining because it looks great. And with LED lights, you can have them flashing. There's 1,000 different colors. You can tune them into music so they alter with the music. I'm not into any of that. I've just got a nice orange glow, makes the room feel really warm. It's a nice, comfortable place to work out. So if you're interested in that, go onto Amazon. They're £16, 30-meter lengths, and you get them the next day, but the difference it makes to the room is like night and day. So let me tell you what I've spent. You're going to be very surprised. 10 litres of white paint, £16. Now remember, I said don't bother with the white paint. Take the money that you would spend on that and buy a spray gun. I promise you, you will thank me. The 4 tins of matte black paint, this was again from Wix. That was 2.5 litres for £10, and there was 4 of them. So that's £40. The floor mats, they were £10 each, and I bought 6 of them. So that's £60. The masonry roller that I used, that was £5. That came with a tray, so that was pretty good. The LED lights I mentioned earlier on, £16 for 30 meters. Again, Amazon. Links for all of these will be in the description below. The white spray paint for the graphic behind, that was £5. I didn't get charged for the graphic, so that was a friend, but it's easy enough to do. There's plenty of things online that will show you how to create something like this. And last but not least was the bed sheet. That again came from Amazon too. That's what I used to cover the garage door with, £10. So my total cost for the project, £150. Yep, £150 to. So that's it. Everything that you need to transform your garage from something that was looking maybe like a storage unit or a bit of a bomb site like what mine was, into something that you can be proud to work out in. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, and you've got any questions, as always, drop me them in the comments section below and I will get back to you. If you have enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate it if you would just give it a quick thumbs up. And if you like the content that I've shared, please subscribe to the channel. It will help me to grow. It's in its infancy at the moment, so any little bit of help that you can give, I really would appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching.